forming so-called safe zones, rolling in tanks to the heart of Rafah, claiming control of the entire Philadelphia corridor between Gaza and Egypt. Israel has been crossing every red line that exists and is quite literally getting away with murder. So the question is, who or what can make Israel stop? After reducing North Gaza to rubble, for months Israel had been threatening a full-scale ground invasion in Rafah, a city in the south of the Gaza Strip, where 1.4 million Palestinians had been seeking shelter after fleeing from guns and bombs in other parts of the enclave. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Rafah was the last remaining stronghold of Hamas and that its top leaders and battalions are hauled up in the city. Going after them was necessary for Netanyahu to achieve total victory in a war that has dragged on for nearly 8 months. On the 6th of May, Israel announced that it wanted to execute a limited operation against Hamas targets in eastern Rafah. Hundreds of thousands were ordered to immediately evacuate that part of the city. But at the same time, Israel intensified its airstrikes on Rafah even as the humanitarian crisis worsened. Then Israel took control of the Rafah land crossing, which was a death knell for aid deliveries into the besieged Gaza Strip. Starvation loomed for millions of Palestinians crammed into the city. Ever since Israel announced its plans for a ground offensive in Rafah, world leaders saw red. Most European Union members warned against a full-scale military operation. US President Joe Biden said such an invasion would violate his self-declared red line unless arrangements were made to protect and evacuate civilians. The UN's top court, the International Court of Justice, ordered Israel to stop its Rafah offensive. All fell on deaf ears. 2 days after ICJ's order, an Israeli airstrike in a so-called safe zone triggered a massive fire which engulfed tightly packed tents. People frantically searched through the rubble for survivors, but what they found was 45 charred bodies, most of them of women and children. Israel said it fired a precision missile at a target more than a kilometer away, killed 2 Hamas fighters, and that the damage to the camp must have been caused by a fuel tank exploding.
Civilian casualties are desperately sad.
The horrific attack in Rafah led to widespread global condemnation and even a viral social media campaign. Netanyahu called it a tragic accident, but in the same breath, he vowed to push ahead with his war against Hamas. His forces went on to bomb more refugee camps. Before the Rafah offensive, there were reports of Joe Biden getting increasingly frustrated with Netanyahu over the mounting death toll in Gaza and his lack of a post-war plan. On the 8th of May, Biden threatened to suspend US arms sales to Israel if it moved ahead with its invasion into Rafah. When Israel stepped up its bombardments in Rafah, the Biden administration didn't blink an eyelid and said the strikes were limited. When 45 Palestinians were burnt alive in their tents, the White House said Israel's actions don't amount to a major ground operation that could cross a red line. So if Washington is incapable of holding Israel accountable for its actions, who is?